Well, as someone who suffers from seasonal allergies, I always look at that allergy forecast, right? This fall was predicted to be one of the worst in some time, mainly because we've been seeing these warmer temps and, well, it's October. So what can we do? Dr. Friedman from Ohio ENT and Allergy Physicians is the man who has the answers, right?
Hopefully so.
All of them, Dr. Friedman. Okay, so it is the beginning of October, and you kind of think that, are we going to be done with allergy season at some point because it's gonna start to get cooler, but we're kind of still in it right now.
We are, Robin. We're still in ragweed season. In fact, ragweed starts in mid-August and it goes until it frosts a few times.
Okay.
And so we've had beautiful weather, and so ragweed pollen counts are still pretty high right now. So a lot of our patients are still suffering from ragweed. In addition, this is the start of the mold season. As the leaves start coming down, as we get a bit more rain and dampness, molds are particularly bad in the fall.
And why is that such a big issue, mold?
Mold is bad for a couple of reasons. Number one reason is that it causes a lot of rhinosinusitis. We get into a lot of problems with not only the allergy symptoms, but sinus disease. It's in fact one of the reasons why at Ohio ENT we merged our allergists with the ENT docs to help treat sinus disease. We both treat parts of it, and this is a really important time for that. In addition, this is when asthma is bad. Asthma starts really flaring in the fall. And the reason for that is that mold spores are very tiny. They can get into the lungs and cause way more asthma, whereas some of our other pollens, like trees and grasses, cause more nose and eye symptoms. Molds cause a lot of asthma, and that's a really bad problem this time of year.
Just thinking about people out there who may be dealing with all these, are there things we can do around the house, something we can do to try to help?
There are some things we can do. I mean, keeping the windows closed, although, who doesn't want to keep the windows open in a beautiful fall day?
Right.
But keeping the windows closed can keep some of the outdoor stuff out, the ragweed out, the outdoor molds out. That can be helpful. A dehumidifier in the basement is really helpful for mold allergies, keeping things less moldy and less damp. And then using air purifiers can be helpful too in patients' bedrooms.
Let's talk a little bit about some of the other allergies kind of going on right now. Kids are back to school. Food allergies, first and foremost, are a big thing. I know a lot of schools don't even let you pack peanut butter and jelly anymore because of that fear.
This is a big time. And, as we're getting close in 3 weeks from now, Halloween, that's one of the most dangerous days of the year for our kids with food allergies. Because we've got to be very careful when they go out trick-or-treating and, again, at schools, getting food and stuff like that. And so it's a very important time to have great awareness of food allergies that are going on right now.
And in the last couple of years, and I've heard about this, and you guys obviously are aware, we want to talk about this teal pumpkin project they have going on.
I can even show you.
Right.
Because we've got our little bag that we give out, our nifty bags for our teal pumpkin. The teal pumpkin project is a great idea. Because what it is it means there are houses that are safe when kids go out trick-or-treating that won't give out allergenic food.
Right.
They know that kids are allergic to nuts, whether it be peanuts or tree nuts, and so they're going to give out, I'm going to always use the word healthy food, but they're going to give out food that is non-allergenic. And that's so safe, so important for the families to know that if they have a teal pumpkin, that they're aware of the food allergies and they're not going to give foods that may be dangerous.
Especially when kids are that young, I feel like they're going to be going house to house and in between grabbing something to chew on, right?
And that's an important point. And we work real hard with our families, and our families know this too. And that the kids, again, we tell them, go out trick-or-treating, get what you want, but don't eat anything. Bring it home, let mom and dad look through it. And, I've always told them, bring all their peanut, nut allergy, food, bring them to their allergist. Let us have them. They can't eat them.
I don't know if they could see this side of Dr. Friedman's face, but he winked at me like 4 times, like I get lots of candy this month, so it's a great thing.
I wish it was. They never remember to do that.
But these are very important things, and one of the things I just want to briefly mention, the EpiPen has been in the news. A lot of people carry that around, right? Because if they have some kind of a reaction because of the cost.
Yeah, that's obviously exploded in this world suddenly.
Yeah.
The EpiPen is a great device. It's a life-saving device. It's a critically important device, and right now it's the only device on the market. So it is very important. Obviously, there's been issues about cost, and I'll give some credit to the company that they've lowered the price. They haven't lowered the price, but they've given coupons to cut the price in half. They're also coming out with a generic that will be half price what they've been charging. The price has been too high. We all agree with that. They've raised it way too high. And part of the reason is there's been no competition. In the near future, we're hoping the FDA is going to approve some new products. But again, they have to be as good as the EpiPen. And the EpiPen is it works every time. And that's so critically important. And it's still so important for kids to have their EpiPen. And if the price is a big issue, there are ways to try to get around that and at least try to get EpiPens at an affordable price.
Okay, and the best way to do it, obviously, ask your allergist, right?
Yeah, I think you're going to have to do that.
All right, Dr. Friedman, thanks so much for being with us.